Pope Francis takes his last bow on Easter Monday just after preaching peace, love, and smiles on Easter Sunday. While he was ill, very, very ill, I'm talking, he still asked to come and see his people on Easter Sunday. That's the love he had for this world, for the people, for the Catholic faith.
This morning, as worshipers across the world began their Easter celebrations in Vatican City, crowds filling St. Peter's Square for Easter Mass, Urbi et Orbi, a papal blessing to the world. Pope Francis appearing at the events and pinning this Easter's Urbi et Orbi message. The Pope blessing the crowd and briefly spoke in a low voice, introducing the message before it was read out by the Master of Ceremonies.
At the age of 88, after months of hospitalization, he still preached love. And as love protectors came, you know, love is the key to peace, to unity, to everything.
We are just reflecting today on this Easter Monday that Pope Francis has passed, and he will leave behind an extraordinary legacy as the people's Pope. In fact, when I met him just about a year ago to sit down for this extraordinary interview, I said to him, "Do you like being called the people's Pope?" And he smiled so broadly. Do you like when you are called the people's Pope?
El Papa de la gente.
The Pope of the people? I've always been a pastor.
Fui pastor, sí.
You are a pastor for the people, not for yourself.
But I do think that will be his legacy in some ways, because he didn't want to be the Pope on a pedestal. He practiced this more pastoral outreach, bringing attention to the marginalized, the forgotten. He chose the name Saint Francis of Assisi because Saint Francis focused on the poor. And Pope Francis was the first in many ways. We used actually this logo for our primetime special, Pope Francis the First, and that'll air tonight on streaming, because he was the first Jesuit Pope, the first Pope to use the name Francis, the first Pope from the Americas. And there was so much that was revolutionary about his papacy. He talked about climate change for the first time. When he was asked about a gay priest, he said, "Who am I to judge?" There are so many things that he tried to do in terms of broaden the outreach of the Catholic Church. He did try and make some reforms in terms of the child sex abuse scandal. I asked him whether he would allow women to be priests or deacons. He said no, but he has appointed some women, some sisters, to key positions of power within the Vatican. But we'll continue to be covering the Pope's legacy, his funeral, and then the conclave, which will take place about 15 to 20 days after his death.
Pope Francis died the day after Christ resurrected. I don't know all that much about the Vatican and about religion. I know that meaning like that doesn't come along all too frequently. On Easter Sunday, he gave his final blessing: compassion for the forgotten, peace for the hurting, hope for a world addicted to cruelty. And then on Easter Monday, he left, not in the chaos of Good Friday, not in the glory of Resurrection Sunday, but in the quiet that comes after. It's as if he's sending a message. I've said what I needed to say, reminded you of what matters. Now go be the compassion, go be the hope, because resurrection isn't just a story we hear on Sunday. It's a truth we're meant to live. And maybe the miracle now is us, choosing love when it's easier to blame, choosing presence in a world that runs, choosing to carry the torch when the one holding it lays down. Rest in peace and power. Thank you. Leaders can and will die, but legacies resurrect. Messages rise again in the hearts of the ones that believe, those leaders and their compassionate messages. So if you're wondering what comes next, it's not about waiting for someone else to lead you. It's remembering you are the next chapter. We and you are the hope now.
He talked about the wars in Gaza, and all around the world. Why do we fight? Let's love one another. Love is all about spreading love. And you can't love another person if you don't love yourself. True?
Definitely not.
Today I'm hosting with the founder of Love Protectors Game, Mam Robina. And today we're going to solve a challenge called fighting. It's fighting all over the world, and Pope Francis, before his last breath, he talked about fighting. Please, we don't need to fight. And together with Mam Robina, let's take you through, because through these grieving times, we need to stay together, we need to be together, love one another.
Oh, yeah.
We have to unite. We have to forgive one another.
Yes.
Because
Life is too precious.
exactly.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, leveled. Fight. Fighting or fight?
Fight.
Yeah!
Okay.
So finished?
Yeah, I want to record. I want to screen record. So which slot? Okay, self-love is correct, but yeah, true self-love.
Wow, true self-love. Yes.
I'm going to give fighting excellent communication.
Ah.
Okay, still going. Let's check unconditional respect.
Yay!
I got it.
You got it.
So I'm left with one, right?
Yes. And then love it.
Unconditional forgiveness, for sure.
Yes.
Exactly.
Wow.
And then which one? Love helper later.
Later.
So you're going to need to explain to the people about
The love helper
love
later
helper later
are the
is also
letters
there.
in the red hearts. So which love helper later? There is only 8. Guys, remember?
love helper later.
Yes. So come on.
It's love helper later. Let's get-
Fighting, you have H in it.
No, you're going to laugh out.
Which 3 life principles do you need?
To make a fighter surrender, you need 3 life principles. That's unconditional respect, unconditional forgiveness, and true self-love. Remember, as you say,
Yes.
you can't love another person without.
Loving yourself. Never.
I learned that from Love Protectors game. By playing this game, I learned that you can't love one another without loving oneself first. So, true self-love, unconditional forgiveness, and unconditional respect.
Which 3 life principles, or any of them, do you relate to? Which one do you find easier, and which one is the hardest? Well done for playing Love Protectors game with us. What score did you get? We would love to know your score. Did you beat us? Oh, we beat you.
I got 80. What did you get?
But hey, guys, thank you for playing with us.
You can find Love Protectors game on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Remember, we upgraded to level 2. So if you become the best at level 1, remember level 2 is.
Yes.
And the more you play this game, the more you make us feel like we should bring you another level. And more levels means more interesting and more problem solving.
Yes.
Thank you.
Peace. Bye.
Bye. See you next time.
See you next time. God bless.